Spencer Pratt has once again found himself at the center of public attention, but this time the conversation goes far beyond reality television drama. Best known for his unforgettable role on The Hills alongside Heidi Montag, Spencer Pratt has recently sparked massive discussion after suggesting he may run for mayor of Los Angeles. What truly shocked people, however, was his dramatic statement that if he does not win the race, he could leave Los Angeles permanently. That kind of declaration immediately grabbed headlines, because it sounds far bigger than a normal political announcement. Celebrities often make surprising comments online or during interviews, but linking an entire future in Los Angeles to a mayoral campaign adds another level of drama. It naturally leaves people wondering whether Spencer Pratt is genuinely serious about entering politics, or whether this is another headline-generating move designed to keep his name circulating in entertainment news. The idea of a celebrity running for political office is no longer unusual in modern culture. Over the years, entertainers, athletes, and television personalities have increasingly crossed into politics, sometimes successfully, and sometimes unsuccessfully. Because of that history, some people are willing to take Spencer Pratt's comments seriously, even if his reality television background initially makes the idea seem unlikely. Others remain skeptical, believing the entire situation may simply be a publicity stunt meant to revive attention around his public image. What makes this story so interesting is the all-or-nothing attitude attached to it. Saying you will leave a city forever if you lose an election transforms a normal campaign announcement into something emotional and theatrical. It raises questions about what Los Angeles represents to Spencer Pratt personally, and why this political ambition appears tied to his future in the city. For years, Los Angeles has been central to Pratt's identity. His rise to fame happened largely through reality television centered around Hollywood culture, celebrity lifestyles, and social drama in Los Angeles. The city is deeply connected to his career, his image, and his public persona. Because of that connection, threatening to leave entirely if he loses a mayoral race sounds dramatic enough that many people wonder whether he truly means it. Some fans interpret the statement as proof that he is genuinely passionate about the campaign. In that interpretation, Pratt may believe strongly enough in his political vision that losing would feel like rejection from the city he has spent so much time representing publicly. Leaving afterward could symbolize disappointment or frustration with the direction of Los Angeles and its voters. Others, however, think the ultimatum feels more like entertainment than politics. Spencer Pratt has built much of his fame around controversy, bold opinions, and attention-grabbing behavior. During his reality television years, dramatic statements and shocking moments were part of his brand. Because of that history, many people automatically question whether this mayoral talk is authentic political ambition or simply another way to generate publicity. Still, even if publicity plays a role, that does not necessarily mean he lacks genuine interest in politics. Modern celebrity culture often blends entertainment, branding, and serious ambitions together. Public figures understand that dramatic statements create media coverage, and media coverage can build momentum for campaigns or projects. Pratt may simply understand how to keep public attention focused on him, while simultaneously exploring political possibilities. Another major question surrounding this situation is whether Spencer Pratt could realistically compete in a Los Angeles mayoral race. Running one of the largest cities in the United States requires experience, policy knowledge, leadership skills, and broad voter support. Critics argue that reality television fame alone does not prepare someone for the enormous responsibilities of public office. At the same time, supporters point out that celebrity status can provide huge advantages in politics. Name recognition is incredibly powerful. Many candidates struggle simply because voters do not know who they are. Spencer Pratt, despite being controversial, already has widespread recognition thanks to years in television and social media. That visibility instantly gives him a platform that ordinary candidates spend years trying to build. Social media also changes the political landscape dramatically. Celebrities often have direct communication with millions of followers, allowing them to shape narratives without relying entirely on traditional media outlets. Pratt has long understood how to stay relevant online, and that skill could help him connect with younger audiences, or people frustrated with conventional politicians. Of course, popularity and leadership are not the same thing. Many voters would likely want detailed answers about policies, governance plans, housing issues, homelessness, public safety, transportation, and economic challenges affecting Los Angeles. A successful campaign would require much more than celebrity charisma or viral headlines. That is why public reaction to Spencer Pratt's comments has been so divided. Some people find the entire idea entertaining and amusing, viewing it almost like a continuation of reality television culture entering politics. Others think dismissing him entirely could be a mistake, especially in an era where unconventional political figures have achieved surprising success around the world. There is also the broader issue of celebrity involvement in politics itself. Every time a famous entertainer enters the political arena, debates emerge about qualifications, authenticity, and media influence. Critics often worry that celebrity candidates receive disproportionate attention simply because of fame rather than expertise. Supporters argue that outsiders can bring fresh perspectives and communicate with the public more effectively than career politicians. Spencer Pratt's possible mayoral run fits directly into that ongoing debate. Is he someone genuinely interested in improving Los Angeles, or is he primarily interested in staying culturally relevant? The answer may not be completely one-sided. Human motivations are usually more complicated than headlines suggest. Some observers believe Pratt may genuinely care about issues affecting Los Angeles. Celebrities who spend years living in major cities inevitably witness problems involving housing, crime, homelessness, traffic, and economic inequality. It is possible that frustration with those issues contributed to his interest in politics. Public figures sometimes decide they want more influence over the communities where they live and work. At the same time, there is no denying that the publicity surrounding the announcement benefits him personally. Whether people support him or criticize him, they are talking about him again. Interviews, social media discussions, entertainment coverage, and political commentary all increase visibility. In celebrity culture, attention itself often becomes valuable currency. The dramatic promise to leave Los Angeles if he loses also creates a kind of emotional narrative around the campaign. Instead of simply saying he wants to run, Pratt turned the situation into a personal stake story. That naturally encourages audiences to become invested in the outcome, because now the race supposedly affects his entire future in the city. Another fascinating aspect of this story is how blurred the lines between entertainment and politics have become in modern culture. Decades ago, reality television personalities entering serious political discussions might have seemed impossible. Today, audiences are much more accustomed to celebrities discussing social issues, political movements, and even running for office themselves. That cultural shift explains why Spencer Pratt's comments, while surprising, are not being completely dismissed outright. Some people genuinely wonder whether he could build enough support to become a legitimate political figure. Others remain convinced the campaign would struggle to move beyond media spectacle. The uncertainty surrounding his seriousness keeps people talking. If he releases more detailed plans, begins public campaigning, or participates in political events, more voters may start evaluating him differently. On the other hand, if the conversation remains mostly dramatic headlines and vague statements, skepticism will likely continue growing. His threat to leave Los Angeles permanently, if he loses, also raises practical questions. Would he actually follow through? Celebrities often make emotional declarations publicly that later change or fade away quietly. Some fans believe Pratt is completely serious, while others suspect the statement was exaggerated for dramatic effect. If he did leave, though, it would certainly reinforce the image of someone deeply emotionally invested in the campaign. It would suggest he sees the mayoral race not just as a political experiment, but as a defining moment tied to his relationship with Los Angeles itself. On the other hand, if he loses and stays anyway, critics would likely accuse him of using empty drama purely for publicity. That possibility creates additional pressure around the statement, because audiences will remember it later if the campaign becomes real. Many people are also curious about how voters in Los Angeles would respond overall to a Spencer Pratt candidacy. Los Angeles is one of the most diverse, influential, and politically complex cities in America. Winning there requires broad coalitions and serious campaigning. Celebrity recognition may attract attention initially, but long-term political success depends heavily on credibility and voter trust. Still, political history repeatedly shows that outsider candidates can surprise people when public frustration with traditional systems becomes strong enough. Voters sometimes become attracted to unconventional personalities who promise change, authenticity, or disruption. Whether Spencer Pratt could successfully position himself that way remains uncertain. For now, much of the conversation remains speculative, because details about his actual campaign intentions are still limited. Without formal policy platforms or clear campaign structures, people are left mostly analyzing his statements, personality, and public image. One thing that cannot be denied is that Spencer Pratt understands media attention extremely well. Few reality television personalities have remained publicly recognizable for as long as he has. Whether people love him, dislike him, or simply find him entertaining, he consistently knows how to keep conversations centered around him. That skill may help him politically in some ways, but it could also hurt him. Attention alone does not guarantee respect or trust. Some voters may struggle to separate his reality television persona from the idea of serious political leadership. At the heart of this entire situation lies a larger cultural question about fame and influence. Modern celebrities possess enormous communication power, often rivaling traditional institutions. As a result, public figures increasingly move into areas once dominated by career experts and professionals. Politics is no exception. Spencer Pratt's mayoral comments symbolize that changing reality perfectly. A reality television personality, discussing leadership of Los Angeles, while threatening to leave the city if unsuccessful, sounds bizarre to some people, and completely believable to others. That divide itself says a lot about modern media culture. Ultimately, whether Spencer Pratt is genuinely serious, partially serious, or mostly creating publicity, the conversation he sparked has clearly captured public attention. People are debating celebrity politics, authenticity, ambition, and media influence, all because of one dramatic statement. For now, nobody truly knows what will happen next. He may seriously pursue a campaign. He may shift focus entirely. He may eventually clarify that the leaving LA comment was emotional exaggeration. Or he may double down and turn the situation into a full political movement. Whatever happens, one thing is obvious: Spencer Pratt has once again succeeded in making people pay attention. And in today's media landscape, attention can sometimes be the most powerful tool of all. Thanks for the watching and subscribe.